was the inspiration for both Dr. Mohan Isaac and myself to join psychiatry. Dr. Mohan joined 1 year earlier, and I joined later. Then 75, 76, I did the diploma course, DPM. By the time already Dr. Mohan Isaac has joined the community psychiatry unit as GDMO, and I followed him as GDMO. So the center was started by December 19, the previous slide. Mahabharata Society of India adopted the Sakalor village. You see a diagram in the ground floor. They adopted this village for total development, including health. They were running a small clinic twice or thrice a week with one doctor and one retired pharmacist assisting him. When you're looking for to start a rural mental center, then Dr. R.M. Verma, director of institute, had a contact with Swamiji, Maha Bodhi Society, Buddharakita Thera, and he approached him and requested him to join this venture. So they had this 13 acres of plot, and Swamiji was happy enough to say his society, his organization would join, but to put one condition that you should run the general clinic along with any activity you want to do, because they didn't have funds and they are running the clinic with difficulty, paying some honorarium to a doctor, to a retired pharmacist. Then with that clause, we were allowed to come to Saklavara Center. So it was inaugurated in December 15th, 1976 by Dr. Karan Singh. Karan Singh, he was the Union Health Minister. Next slide. So you can see Dr. R.M. Verma here, Dr. R.M. Verma, Dr. Kapoor, Karan Singh, and some of the other village leaders. Next slide. Then, so we started the General Health Care Clinic. Dr. Mahadevappa was the first JDMO, just an MBBS doctor, was selected to stay here and work, run the clinic. At the same time, we trained him to see psychiatric cases also. Then Dr. Kishore was another JDMO, later joined, had done DP. Kishore. He was, so Kishore Kumar, so I used to, the second JDMO, later Dr. Sundaramaili joined. Then we knew that giving treatment is not enough. It is preparing people to accept treatment. Because later when we went around the villages, 95% of people hadn't come to Nimans. It was 20 paise, 30 paise bus fare from Saklavara or Narasandra or Jigni or any place, 20 paise, 30 paise bus fare. They never thought of bringing their patients to Nimans because they thought it's a mental hospital, Huchaspatre. Why should I take my son to a Huchaspatre? Why should I take my daughter to a Huchaspatre? Later, who would marry her? And the whole family will get stigmatized. Their attribution of all, whether epilepsy, mental disorders, to evil spirits, black magic, and so on. So we thought the previous slide. So the nurse used to, before we start the clinic, we used to conduct health education programs. So with the help of slides or charts, the nurse would tell what is depression, what is schizophrenia, why people become mentally ill, why epilepsy, and what is treatment. With that 15 to 20 minutes talk, then they were able to get into the doctor's chamber. Next slide. Then Dr. Geeta, later my own classmate, she did a DPM along with me, did MD along with me, but she accepted the post of GDMO and retired as JDMO only. She never became faculty member in spite of having MD. Huh? PR Gita. PR Gita. And she worked both in urban center, Mandeshwaram, as well as in rural center, Sakalvara. Next slide. So you can see handsome Mohan Isaac there. The second. So Prema, the nurse, and Kannan is the driver, and Chandrasekhar is a very popular psychiatrist in Hyderabad, only the social department, and here myself. So the team would go from village to village. Every day would start and then go in one direction. Either Anekal side or Hosur side, go up to Attibele, then take a turn, go to Anekal, go beyond Anekal Tadi, or go to interiors, Ragihalli, Shivnadi. They are all small packets amidst forest. And twice or thrice, we have seen wild elephants. Wild elephants, they didn't chase us. At a distance, we took a turn back. So this area was haunted by wild elephants and other animals because all forest area. Later, Bannerghatta National Park came and then things became much safer. Next slide. So so patients were seen either in the villages. This lady was a wandering psychotic. She used to go beyond Hosur, walking and come back, go around many villages. Then somebody offers food, she would take, and then no treatment was given to her. So for the first time, it was almost chasing her. She was running. Injection ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತಾರೆ, injection ಕೊಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಸಾಯಿಸ್ತಾರೆ. So with treatment, we had very, very wonderful experience, very thrilling experience. Many chronic psychotics, wandering psychotics, then psychotics in stupor, recovering so fast. Drug-naive cases. But invariably, they were taken to all the temples, all the faith healers. I'll show one faith healer later. Then, so we used to sit in the courtyard or in the house itself. And Shalini Sharma, now she is working in Manipal. So treating mentally ill in their own home setting, delivering the tablets for 15 days, 1 month, ask them to come to Sakalvara. If they don't come, you used to go again to find out whether tablets are taken, because some patients would take regularly. Some patients, all the 30 tablets given used to be on the table or in the in some place. So patients used to refuse to take tablets, and they were not keen on giving tablets because they never thought that tablets would drive away the spirit inside them. ಮಾತ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಿ, ಮಾತ್ರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೇದಾಗತ್ತಾ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್, ಕೊಟ್ಟು ಹೋಗಿ ನೋಡೋಣ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. Then when patients start improving, then members become the spokesperson for us. They would go and send some patient from far away, telling that go to Sakalvara or meet Sakalvara doctors. They will cure mental disorders. By word of mouth, the news spread. And next slide. Then another patient being, again, many times the vehicle used to become a mobile clinic. Mobile clinic. Go and stop near the village in one person's house. Then other patients would come and collect the medicines or bring a new case. And next case. So this is another team. Dr. Geeta and Dr. Uday Kumar. Like Mohan Krishna, I can see here. Mohan Krishna is here. These are the nurses, these are the staff, and Sundaramaili is standing behind. So, and many times our drivers, our class 4 servants, they used to develop rapport very quickly with the patients or with the relatives than us, because the language, because here many people would speak Telugu, or Telugu mixed Kannada, and so they would interview them, and then tell them, educate them how to take tablets. So many times our ground stuff are more popular in the villages or in the clinic, making people to accept treatment, come regularly for treatment. Next slide. Next slide. This one healer. She was near Jigni. And she was possessed by these two deities. One Durgamma and the another Madagamma, some two names. They were different forms of Parvati, Shakti. And she used to run a counseling clinic every Tuesday. Every Tuesday. So what any person would come seeking help. Our crops are not growing well, our cows are not giving good milk, or my son has run away, daughter is not doing well, health problem, financial problems, or any other problem, or my child is not growing well. So this lady would get possessed by these two deities. She would fall down to the ground and start moving her hands and talk in a different tone and then give advices to the clients. Do this, do that. So we have seen such healers in this area. Some healers cooperated and told them, if epilepsy case comes, please send to us. Or inform us, we'll come and see the case. If psychotics come, please inform us. So this lady accepted our invitation. She would get possessed by the deity and say, go in the north direction, there's a hospital. They people say, oh, God is ordering. Or she would say, doctors will come on chariot. ರಥದಲ್ಲಿ ಡಾಕ್ಟರ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ವೈದ್ಯರು ಬರ್ತಾರೆ, ಅವ್ರು ಬಂದಾಗ ನೀವು ಒಂದು ಕಾಣಬೇಕು, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕಾಯಿಲೆ ವಾಸಿ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. And people religiously accept her statements because her statement was not her statement, but it was. So we made the healers. Actually, in Africa, one psychiatrist trained the healers in giving anti-epileptic medication. He trained the healers to give chlorpromazine at that time because they never sought the help of doctors. Healers were the only people whom they went for help. And so he trained these healers in dispensing anti-epileptic drugs and antipsychotic drugs. But anyway, we didn't do that. So we told the healers to inform us, send the patient to us for treatment. Even actually from Bangalore city, people used to go to her for various kinds of counseling. Next slide. So then the OPD, the new OPD, because we were operating in this old building, and then the new OPD was started in 1981. 1981, Dr. Mr. Abdul Samad, he was the health minister, Dr. Reddy, myself, and then the village head, and Dr. Channabasavana. So they inaugurated the OPD. Next slide. Then Dr. Helmut Sell from CRO WHO, he also attended. Dr. Verma and Dr. Arul Kapoor giving the speech at the function. Next slide. So management of priority mental disorders in the community was the first task we took up. And this paper appeared in IJP, myself, Mohan Isaac, Dr. Kapoor and Pasarthi, as part of designing a suitable model for mental care delivery in rural India, a study of detection and management of priority mental disorders, psychosis, depression, epilepsy. We didn't include neurosis because so difficult to identify neurotics and they wouldn't accept to come to a psychiatrist. Then 51 schizophrenics were identified, 30 acute psychotics were identified, and 27 MDP were identified, and 268 epileptics were identified. And as I told you, 95% of these cases were not getting any treatment. They were actively ill. with medication, majority of the patients started improving. It was a very, very, very rewarding experience. Though, as I said, dusty roads and no food. And many times, Matthew was just telling me in my ears, the fruits and other eatables brought by Prema, somebody, we would eat on the roadside because no hotel, no food, and we used to leave by 9:30, then go back to Nimal by 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And so with all that difficulties, it was a very rewarding experience to find out most of these cases responding to medication and then now coming regularly for follow-up, or we used to go to their homes and deliver the tablets so that they were on regular treatment. And though people were ignorant, people were illiterate, people were very harsh in their external behavior, but they were so courteous, they were so kind to us, and so we enjoyed the hospitality of rural people. With whatever they have, they used to ask us to get into their house. They used to be very, sir, we don't have a chair, sir. We have only mat. Can you sit on the mat? Or we don't have even sugar to add. We'll give only milk because we don't have money to buy sugar. Next slide. Then the chronic mental ill, it was a MD thesis work by Rangarao. Chronic mental ill. A majority of patients with severe mental illness either receive no treatment or ill-treated. Their family members exhaust their resources in seeking traditional medicines instead of coming for treatment. People used to go to Madurai. There is a Sri Mahatma temple near Gauribinur. From here, they would take the patient to that Sri Mahatma temple, or go to Tirupati, go to Dharmasthala, go to far-off places in search of healing centers and healers. They never thought Nimas would be a place for help. So 90% of patients remain without medical assistance. Examining the burden on family of 60 rural urban schizophrenic patients had found that two groups had similar profiles of psychopathology. There was no significant difference of total scores of disability. Urban families reported higher burden than rural families. It's another important. Urban families, they experience the burden, but rural families, they never complained about burden. They were not giving medicines, but they used to take care of patients with so much empathy and sympathy. And they never replied, they never said, sir, my son is a burden, my father is a burden, my wife is a burden, my husband is a burden. Comparatively, fewer rural families were found to seek hospitalization. Even when we knew that hospitalization is a must, but they say, we don't want to admit our son, daughter to the hospital. Only 4% or less than 4% cases we admitted for a short period. Otherwise, all the patients were. So those are families and providing home care, very, very, very important. In today morning also, we discussed that how many families would like to look after their elderly people in their own homes. They don't want old age homes. They don't want any geriatric hospitals. Next slide. Then the training of Anikal, the first training program we did it in Malur near Kolar. 2 days training program for doctors and health workers. And the pre-training assessment showed they knew nothing about epilepsy. They knew nothing about psychosis. Gottilla, sir. ಕ್ಲೋಪ್ರೋಮೋಸನ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಡೆಪ್ಸೋನೆಲ್ಲೂ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಯಾವತ್ತು ಉಪಯೋಗಿಸಿಲ್ಲ ಸರ್. ಒಂದು ಡೈಸಪಾಮ್ ಒಂದು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದೆ ಸರ್. ಡೈಸಪಾಮ್ as a sleeping tablet we have used. Otherwise, the knowledge, medical doctors' knowledge regarding psychosis, anti-epileptic drugs or antipsychotics was so inadequate. Health workers knew nothing about. So then all these doctors working in our area, we trained them to, so that they get involved in the care of the mentally ill. Then we start referring cases to Anikal PSC, Jigni PHU, Marsoor PHU, or even Gottigere PHU, and then told them how to use these drugs, how they should start medication, how they should adjust medication, how long to give medication, and with the help of health workers, how to next slide. Then the ICMR training program in community mental health started in 1981. Again, Dr. Mohan, as I mentioned, they are organizing mental health care services in developing countries. Then the country was becoming aware of that mental hospitals, general hospital, psychiatric units were not enough to reach. Professor Neki written in his famous paper, only 2% of psychotics in India get treatment. Only 2%. Remaining 98% of psychotics do not get any treatment with the available 40 mental hospitals in the country and then some general hospital psychiatric units. So then this is Dr. Srinivas Murthy. This is Karthikeyan from Andhra Pradesh. He is from Haryana. And so from Rajasthan, Gautam came. Then Dr. Shyam Sundar is on the top. And then Dr. Kapoor and Malvika Kapoor. So this is a first training program we conducted for psychiatrists. And many of them were negative. Why should we train doctors? If we train doctors, they will treat all cases and we don't have any practice and income. They openly they said, we will not train doctors. Or they give substandard treatment, off-bake treatment. Only trained psychiatrists should treat mentally ill. Even after coming here and then undergoing training, many of them were reluctant to start community-based programs, or they were not ready to involve the doctors. Similarly, people from clinical psychology, they refuse to involve non-clinical psychologists in the care of mentally ill. They said, we don't believe in their ability and we will dilute clinical psychology. We will not train them. We will not train them. That department offered strong resistance, even with from requests from director's office. They said, no, we will not get involved. We will not get involved. With all such resistance, we started the program, and then the inauguration of training program for PSC personnel. As I told you in the morning, by that time, we had two surveys conducted. One in Sringeri, there's a small village school, Tavana, and about more than 100 students children would fall unconscious during prayer hours. It went on for 1 year. And all Mantravaris from Kerala, Mantravaris from Dakshina Kannada, and even Sringeri Swamiji went and conducted a special Homa and Yajna to drive away the spirits. They were believing that these children were haunted by the spirits. Then we went and did a study and found out that there are all hysterical conversion reactions. And we educated the teachers, we educated the parents, and the attacks stopped. Then we went to Bhanamati Investigation Committee to Gulbarga. So all the cases of psychiatric cases were branded as victims of Bhanamati. When police would believe, judges would believe, the doctors would believe that the Bhanamati force exists and it can cause medically unexplained symptoms or mental disorders or impotency and various other ailments. Then I was one of the Dr. H.S. Narayan, about 7 people went from Nimans, stayed for a month in Gulbarga division, went about 20-25 villages, contacted the victims of Bhanamati and investigated. They gave a detailed report to government of Karnataka, and we said immediately, because there was even one single psychiatrist in 4 districts or 5 districts of Gulbarga division, not even one single psychiatrist. So all mentally ill people were taken to Bhanamati healers. So we started the training program, inauguration of training program, PSC Doctor Health Workers, 82. Dr. Narayan Reddy welcoming, and then is Kago Timapa, Minister of Health, and Samad, and Dr. Namasamanna, and Swamiji is here. Swamiji is here. Swamiji was invited. The photograph is here downstairs. So the first training program started. They stayed here. They stayed here. Where we had food. First day, we brought bread and plantains because there was no facility to cook food there. Cook food there. So this is the validity function of see, this doctor himself was claiming that he was a victim of Banamati. He had 3 episodes of endogenous depression. For 1 month, he would apply leave or don't apply leave, stay at home and recover. Sir, ನನ್ನ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಾನಾಮತಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಸರ್. ಒಂದು ತಿಂಗಳು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. I used to feel very much depressed, no energy to get up. And he used to argue in the sessions that Banamati force exists. Health workers would argue. They have seen Banamati, people doing Banamati on people, and they had such a strong belief that Banamati force. And at the end, they were all convinced that Banamati doesn't exist, it's a myth. And then when we went back to do the follow-up study, what they are doing after training, majority of them were treating cases. Next slide. Mental delivery through rural primary care development and evaluation of training program. Again, Mohan Isaac, Kapoor, myself, Malavika, there is a growing sense of opinion that in developing countries, doctors and paramedical staff of the existing healthcare should, and after a short training course, they can deliver the goods. This was proved. This was proved by pre-training, post-training assessment, and field visits. Field visits. We went around. Goodbye, Dr. Reddy himself came along with us. Dr. Masona came along with us. And Dr. Masona initially was very skeptical. Very skeptical, not believing that this works. And we said, Bandini, Ritil Bani. And he was also convinced, talking to the doctors in the Mysore division, that they can deliver the goods. Deliver the goods. Next slide. Training of primary health care, medical officers in mental health care, errors in clinical judgment. Because this is the complaint. They make errors. They will say depression is schizophrenia, schizophrenia is depression, and give wrong treatment. So in this paper, it was found out that the errors were very, very minimum and not clinically disturbing. So that means with short training program, the doctors could pick up enough skills to identify schizophrenia. If they had difficulty, even we had difficulty in making a diagnosis of BPD or schizophrenia. Next slide. Next slide. So relevance and methods of training multipurpose health workers in delivery. So Nagarajaya was the nurse, Pasarthi, Namita from clinical psychology department. So we took up the health workers' ability, whether they can acquire skills, convince people, do education, then talk about side effects of drugs and convince the patient to give drugs regularly, and what method we should adapt to train these people. The paper was published, and we were very happy to see that again majority of the health workers could understand the training program and could do. Then ICMR came forward to start an advanced center in computer psychiatry. This is another milestone. So who is this person?
ICMR chief.
Yes. He was the chief of ICMR, Dr. Ramalinga Swami, a legendary person in India. Then he went to WHO. He was the consultant, or the first consultant from India, going to WHO level and become a consultant there.
ICMR building, I think, is named after.
Yeah, named after.
Ramalinga Swami.
Yeah, Ramalinga Swami. So he came and inaugurated the advanced center. Dr. Shankaranand, Union Health Minister, and this is Tamegowda, Health Minister of Karnataka, and of course Jirana. So they started the advanced center in community health research. Again, it became another milestone in Niman's history, circular in some more. Next slide. Next slide, please. So ICMR Advanced Center The document was released by Dr. Ramalingam Swami. Next slide. Then the manuals. Kushalotra, Senior Deputy Director General of ICMR, she came to, we wrote two manuals, one for medical officers, one for health workers in Kannada and in English. So that, we told people that this manual can be used. It was written in a very simple manner so that health workers could understand. Doctors would keep on the table and for ready recurrence. So this is a mental health care manual for primary care doctors. Next slide. There's a manual for mental health care for multi-purpose workers. And then various psychiatrists, Dr. Muthurangame from Pondicherry. Initially, he was reluctant to come and take training. So that was the statement. Then he was one of the very good implementer of NMHP in Pondicherry. Even I went myself and helped him to conduct a training program. And so this is Dr. Javregowda, at that time the Chief of Health and Family Welfare, Chanmasunna is seen, with the training of the trainers. We conducted many training of the trainers program. People from all over India came here, came to Sakalwara, came to Nimans, and then underwent training program. We took them to villages, we took them to families, and then we made them to get convinced that community care is possible and not care only in the hospital setup or care in a private psychiatric clinic. Next slide. Then this is the last slide. Then based on this program, we learned a lesson that just training a few doctors, training a few health workers, calling some psychiatrists from different states will not work. Because in India, district is the center of healthcare services. So unless you take up a district with 1.5 million, 2 million population, starting from DHO, Joint Director to the health worker, unless everybody is trained, the program will not take off. And DHO is a person who will monitor all the programs, whether TB program, malaria program, or mother and child program. He has to monitor the mental health program also. So Dr. Makapur told us, sir, Nim Sakalwara eno gella kelsa bannili, come to Bellary. I will call all the doctors to the center. You train them and I will monitor them and I will make them to deliver goods. So before district program, hardly, even he challenged, nimdalla bogus survey. I know my district like my hand. 1% to psychiatrics illa, 1 per 1 lakh illa. Ella ni bogus nim figures alla. Then Dr. Reddy challenged him, sir, naalakku kade ನೀವು camp ಮಾಡಿ, let us see how many people come. So on those days, with just 3 days publicity, Makapur and went and astonished. The whole PSC campus, whole DHO campus was filled with psychotics and epileptics. So Elidru sir, being a DHO, district health officer, I didn't know myself that there are so many psychotics, so many epileptics, so many MR children. One child was brought, every inch of the body was branded. Every inch of the body is branded. Okay? Every attack, branded child. Every attack, branded child. Some wounds were healed, some wounds were still infected. So, that was the, yeah. So district program started 1984 to 90. And the Bellary district program became the model for the country. So with this, I will stop here. So this gives you the briefly the evolution of Sakalwara Center, community-based programs, and then this became the basis for National Mentor Program, and Bellary became the basis for District Mentor Program. I will stop here. If anybody would like to ask any question, you can ask me, or after your presentation, you can ask me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.